Football beef doesn't start with punches, it starts with a stare, a pass that never comes, a teammate who celebrates but doesn't look at you. Then one day, someone randomly leaves the squad or a star snaps on camera and everyone pretends it's nothing. Today, we're exposing the quiet tension fans keep catching, using receipts only, starting with number 7, Gyökeres and Saka. This one didn't start with a tackle, it started with a tiny celebration moment that turned into a timeline debate. Arsenal beat Chelsea 3-2 in the Carabao Cup semi-final first leg, and Gyökeres scored from close range, a much-needed one. But the clip everyone noticed was after the goal. As Saka moves in to celebrate, footage circulating online appears to show Gyökeres nudging him away and turning to celebrate with others. No audio, no context, and it could be playful. But fans captioned it instantly as, "Nah bro, you don't pass to me anyway." And here's why that line stuck. Coming into this game, the chatter around Gyökeres was already tense. He'd gone 4 matches without scoring since mid-December, took heat from pundits and fans, and the talk was that he looked starved of service. Jamie Redknapp even pointed at Saka's tendency to cut inside as a major problem for the striker's timing, the exact kind of thing that creates visible frustration in-game. Immediately after Gyökeres is subbed though, crosses start flying into the box. Go figure. So watch the next match like this. Not goals. Watch the first 10 minutes. First time Gyökeres peels off the centre-back and Saka has a lane. Does it go early or get recycled? Next, we're moving to Spain for another pair. At number 6, Vinícius Jr and Gonzalo García. It's one thing to be frustrated after a bad result. It's another to be winning big and still feel like you're being set up to look wrong. During Real Madrid's 5-1 win over Betis, Vinícius is getting booed at the Bernabeu, and you can see that irritation spill over toward the sideline, like he's saying, "Why am I the target when I'm not the only one freelancing?" Then comes the line that made fans freeze the footage and run it back. Reported via lip reading, Vinícius turns it into a straight-up teammate complaint. Like this, it's impossible. It's fucked. They have to pass the ball. Here, everyone wants to dribble, and then I'm the one who gets booed. Tell Gonzalo he has to pass at least once, not every time, but at least once. That's not a generic rant, that's a name drop. And the "at least once" part is what makes it sting, because it's basically, I'm not asking for perfection, I'm asking for basic teamwork. And here's the part that makes it land even harder. Gonzalo is a young striker still trying to find his place. So for Vinícius, already under pressure and getting booed, to aim that frustration at a junior who's just had his first hat-trick, it only makes Vinícius look worse, especially because Gonzalo wasn't even playing like a ball hog in that match. Alright, leave Spain for a second, because the next pairing isn't about a sideline quote, it's about 2 attackers learning in real time who gets to be the main character. And next up at number 5, Mo Salah and Liverpool's new big signing, Florian Wirtz. Liverpool don't just add a superstar last summer, they rearranged the whole solar system. Salah has spent years being the final decision. Shoot, cut inside, finish the move. Now, Wirtz arrives as the guy who wants to run the move. The moment that kicked off the "are they cool" talk happened in the Champions League at Eintracht Frankfurt, a 5-1 Liverpool win. In the second half, there's a sequence where Wirtz is screaming for the simple square ball, one touch, tap in, clean assist. Instead, Salah goes for goal. The shot doesn't become a highlight, and Wirtz's reaction is instant. Arms out, face tight, that quiet "seriously" look that fans freeze frame and turn into a whole storyline. And that's why people started asking the uncomfortable question, is Salah just following instinct, or is he protecting his spot at the center of the attack? Because Wirtz isn't just another teammate, he's the type of signing that can shift who gets the credit. If Wirtz becomes the brain and the headline, Salah becomes the weapon. Still deadly, but no longer the entire story. So every time Salah shoots when Wirtz is open, it doesn't feel like one decision. It feels like a message. This is still my team. Quick pause. If you like these breakdowns, hit like and subscribe. It genuinely helps this video reach more football fans. Now we go to Liverpool's biggest rival, because over there, the tension about 2 leaders clashing, then acting like nothing happened 5 seconds later. Coming up at number 4, at Manchester, Bruno Fernandes and Casemiro. This isn't the kind of tension that explodes in public. It's the kind that leaks out for 10 seconds, then gets smothered instantly because leaders know the cameras are everywhere. After United's 1-0 win over Aston Villa, footage went viral of Bruno and Casemiro going at it at full time, animated, close up, clearly not a friendly good game chat. And then, almost just as quickly, they hugged it out. Like, we can argue, but we're not letting this become a story. That's why it works for this list, because the argument is the easy part. The interesting part is what it represents. Bruno is the standards guy, the one who demands the right decisions every time. Casemiro is the veteran who's been in too many big games to accept being told he's wrong. Put those two in the same midfield and you get a constant push-pull. Not hate, not chaos, just two strong personalities trying to steer the same ship. So when you watch them, don't just look for shouting, look for the tiny stuff. Who points first, who ignores it, who walks away, and who chooses to pull the other back in with that hug. And with that, we're entering the top 3, where the tension stops looking like passion. At number 3, Victor Osimhen and Ademola Lookman. Nigeria are 3-0 up against Mozambique in the AFCON last 16. Osimhen is looking for a hat-trick. Lookman has been cooking all night. He scored the opener and is basically creating everything. Then, in the 63rd minute, the break happens again. Lookman carries the ball and Osimhen wants the early square pass to finish the story. It doesn't come. Osimhen turns instantly, gets in Lookman's face and berates him. Bruno Onyemaechi catches some of it too, because Osimhen feels like they're choosing dribbles over the simple pass. That's why this sticks. The match is already won, but the striker is still acting like it's life or death. And it doesn't end with the argument. Pundits and media reported that Osimhen stayed visibly moody afterward, skipped the on-pitch post-match huddle, walked straight toward the dressing room alone, and even bypassed the mixed zone media duties. Meanwhile, Lookman does the cleanup. He plays it down publicly. He's my brother. It's just football. Do they still secretly hold beef? So now every time Lookman shoots instead of squaring it, fans are watching Osimhen's face before they even watch the replay. Alright, number 2 is where it gets even messier because it didn't happen in a match at all. Number 2, another pair from Real Madrid, Antonio Rudiger and Jude Bellingham. This is the kind of tension that's supposed to stay in-house because it didn't happen under stadium lights. It happened on a training pitch right before a massive night. After the 3-0 first leg loss to Arsenal, reports said Madrid training got heated and Rudiger and Bellingham had to be separated after a hard challenge sparked an argument. That's why fans latched onto it. Rudiger plays on the edge by default. He's the guy who treats a Tuesday session like a final. Bellingham is intense too, but in a different way. He wants control, structure, everyone switched on. Put those personalities together when a team is chasing a comeback, and one reckless tackle is all it takes. What makes it even more interesting is what happened right after the story broke. Bellingham didn't lean into drama. He shut it down publicly, basically saying emotions run high and it's normal. No disharmony, no unrest, just football. So now the whole thing lives in that grey zone. Serious enough to leak, but not serious enough to admit. And that's exactly where these quiet locker room tensions thrive, because the team can't afford a feud, but they also can't pretend the pressure isn't real. Finally, at number 1, Jordan Henderson and Luis Suárez. This is the blueprint for a secret beef. No press conference, no headlines, just training sessions where one player decides silently who belongs and who doesn't. And the only reason we even know it happened is because Henderson told the story years later on Jamie Carragher's podcast, long after Suárez had already left Liverpool. Henderson said when he first arrived, Suárez didn't just demand standards, he made it personal. One bad pass and Suárez would throw his arms up like, "Why is he even here?" The kind of reaction that makes a new teammate feel like an outsider in his own squad. Henderson said it happened 3 times, and by the 3rd one he snapped and confronted Suárez right there on the training pitch. Fortunately, it didn't turn into a war. Henderson said it flipped almost instantly. The very next game, away at Stoke, he assisted Suárez for a goal, and Henderson even claimed Suárez had told Lucas beforehand that Henderson would set him up. From that point on, Henderson said Suárez was brilliant with him, and they became genuinely close. If you made it this far, you already know football isn't just skill, it's chemistry, ego, and timing. Drop a comment with the pairing you think is the most real and which one is just fans reaching. Hit like, subscribe, and tap the next video on your screen now.